Hey everyone. Today's topic: experience isn't enough if you still make bad decisions. We often like to treat experience as a be all and end all for who we should listen to when it comes to advice and that sort of thing. But I have realized that sometimes people may have a lot of experience in this subject, but they can still make bad decisions even with that. And in a way that can kind of tell you that this person may have all that experience, but maybe they haven't actually learned from it. And if that's the case, I would argue their experience doesn't amount to much of anything, because the whole point of listening to someone who has experience is you're banking on them having learned from that experience. And if they haven't, then their advice isn't going to have much weight behind it, even though they'll probably think that it does because, hey, I've had a lot of experience. So this is what I want to discuss in this video, because I used to be like many other people out there, and I would value someone's experience a whole heck of a lot because I thought that it meant that they knew what they were talking about. Until more recent times, I have learned that people can have a lot of experience, and if they haven't taken the time to learn from it and they still make bad decisions, their experience doesn't really mean much of anything, and their advice is going to not be super helpful, because in a way it's almost like if someone tries to give you advice that they themselves don't listen to and they don't take into account, why are you going to listen to them? Like, they're not listening, or how do I phrase it? They're not living the advice that they're sharing with you. So there's a disconnect there. It's kind of like if you have a personal trainer who's overweight. Like, sure, they may have a lot of experience in personal training and they probably know the theory and whatnot, but why haven't they been living it? Why aren't they living their advice? It makes no sense, right? And many people would rightfully so not want to take the advice of a personal trainer who's overweight, because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit. There's a disconnect. So the same thing goes for when people have a lot of experience in a subject, but they make bad decisions. Where does that come from? Why have they not learned from their experience? What actually inspired me to talk about this is because I happen to know someone who I am pretty close with, who I used to listen to for dating and relationship advice, because this gentleman has a lot of experience in that realm. He's had a lot of partners and been in a lot of relationships. He's been married a few times, but I've recently learned he hasn't learned from his experience. Even though he's got all this experience, he still makes bad decisions in the relationship department. Recently, he got back with an ex who's not exactly great for him, and his rationale for it didn't make all that much sense. I mean, I almost still don't entirely know why he got back with her. I want to say it's due to her being comfortable for him and him not wanting to brave the dating scene again, but those are horrible reasons to get back with someone. And she did do things that would make me not want to get back with her. Like, she showed up to his place unannounced more than once, and she was using her grandchildren as like a manipulation tool to get to him because she knows he has a soft spot for them. And yeah, so this woman, she's a nice human being. She's not like evil or anything, but she's not a great partner. She just hasn't worked on herself enough. And yet he decided to go back with her. And he was even afraid to tell his family because he knew that it looks bad. So it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you used to give me dating and relationship advice, and I thought you knew what you were talking about. But now I'm not going to listen to any of your dating or relationship advice, because holy crap, you got back with someone who's not great for you. Even if they're not like absolutely horrible, like if she's not a narcissist or anything, but why'd you get back with her? It's a waste of time. You're going to repeat the past. You already know what's going to happen here. It already failed once. You think it's going to change suddenly? Not enough time has passed for her to become a different person. In fact, I want to say their break was only like 7 months. That's not enough time for someone to change. So yeah, like, thinking about that made me realize that people can have a lot of experience in this subject, but if they still make bad decisions, their experience doesn't amount to much because they haven't learned from it. And if they haven't learned from it, then their advice isn't going to carry much weight. So just keep that in mind when it comes to who you decide to listen to, because actions speak louder than words. And if someone isn't learning from their experience, if their actions don't convey that, do you really want to listen to them? That's like a a millionaire giving you advice on how to make money, and then the next week they're broke and then they're still trying to give you advice on how to make money. It's like, why are you broke, dude? Like, what did you do? What did you do wrong? What happened there? I thought you were good with money, but now you're broke. Like, do I really want to listen to you? Sure, you were able to get to be a millionaire in the first place, but then you lost it all. Like, I don't know, it's trippy. Yeah, so maybe that wasn't the best example, but you get what I mean. So just take that into account and make sure that when you listen to the advice someone gives, that they're actually making good decisions, that they're actually proving that they've learned from their experience, and not that they're just holding their experience over your head like, you should listen to me because I'm a guru. I've got 20 years of experience in this field. But if they haven't learned from that experience, they could have 100 years of experience and it wouldn't amount to anything. So yeah, it's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video, but it's all I have for you. I truly hope you found this useful, and if you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. Otherwise, the easiest way you can help me out is just to throw a like on the video for the algorithm, and let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Let me know if you've experienced this phenomena where you're dealing with someone who has experience in the field, but they still make bad decisions that make you question their judgment and whether or not you should listen to them. So yeah, it's a very interesting thing, but it's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Arrivederci!